Good to go.
Could you tell me the title of your play?
It's called Who's to Say?
Who's to say?
Yeah.
Today is July 4th. Rent was due on July 1st. You plan to be a resident here on July the 5th? Only up. I don't take checks.
Why do money discussions seem to change people's personality?
You're $20 short.
I'll count it again. Not everybody can admit when they're wrong.
What did you do to improve your karma today?
What did you do to improve your disposition today?
Chocolate?
Cal? You never have the sound on.
You don't think I want to listen to that crap? The heat pulsers are just about here now. I'm sweltering.
You aren't very punctual. Last night you're here by 9.
Pulses are getting a little bit stronger. The Arcturians are getting very, very anxious. They see that there's a situation that's urgent. Don't you feel them? I'm sweltering.
I'm not as sensitive as you are. Oh, by the way, exactly what situation are we talking about here?
If you don't think we have a situation, then you're just as dense as dirt. Resentment production is far and away exceeding the capacity of those knuckleheads to forgive one another. The negative vibrations are knocking the Earth's electromagnetic fields out of kilter. The North Pole is heading south. If the pulses don't calm the species, gravitational compaction is going to make midgets of us all. You left the door wide open. Do you want a visitation from the hordes from the streets?
This is Thousand Oaks. I've been driving a cab here for a year. There are no hordes in the streets, day or night. It's a California suburb. Everybody drives, including the burglars.
It's mainly two of my daughters that I'm worried about. Every time they're here, something goes missing. My jewelry, the silverware, something. If you should ever come home and find two women, and I'm not here, and the women look a lot like me, only 20 years younger, then call the police. I have disowned them.
And that's harsh when you can't trust your daughters.
Oh, one I can trust. I have a third. She's the youngest, Christine. She's a saint. She never puts the arm on me. She even gives me money. She's my darling, and I know it. I'm not going to make the same mistake that Lear made.
As in King Lear? As in Shakespeare?
I read his complete works when I was in high school.
Huh.
When I was a substitute teacher, I taught Romeo and Juliet. Kids loved it.
I did the balcony scene from Romeo and Juliet, one of my first acting classes.
Ooh.
She speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel. For thou art as glorious as the sniping over thy head, as is a winged messenger of heaven, unto the white upturned eyes of mortals that fall back to gaze upon him, as he bestrides the lazing pacing crowds, and his bosom sails upon the air.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Shakespeare was Nocturian, you know.
We were just starting to get some traction.
The Arcturians knew their star-crossed lovers.
Uh,
They're the ones that cross the stars. I outgrew Shakespeare the minute I saw or met Osho. Poetry's a waste of time. I prefer my truth unadorned.
how far do the pulses have to travel before they get here?
Well, they're using the prism of Lyra.
Oh.
That much I know.
Uh,
But, well, when is anybody's guess? After all, they are masters at bending time and space.
mm.
Didn't you read that esoteric book I gave you?
Oh, yeah, actualizing the Arcturians. Oh, right. Say, if it's so esoteric, why can you get it on Amazon.com? For a penny plus shipping, no less.
Well, the best place to hide something is out in the open,
Ah.
broad daylight.
Yeah, right.
Gus was a much better student than you are.
Oh, the last guy that rented my room, it looked like he changed his motorcycle all on the carpet in there.
Oh, it's always a sad day when one of my students leaves.
Yeah.
But it was time. I could tell. He didn't pay the rent. He went to Hawaii. He started a business of swimming with the dolphins. The swimmers meld with the dolphins meld with the Arcturians. You know.
Actually, I didn't know. But if you're going to buy in for the Dolphins, you may as well throw in with the Arcturians as well. 2 for the price of 1, double the bubble.
Well, I understand his rates are competitive.
Hey, if I'm going to get into mental bed with any aliens, price wouldn't be my first consideration. I would want to know what their attitude is. Are we talking E.T. kind of aliens here, or are we talking Sigourney Weaver extraterrestrials? It makes a difference, you know.
What a species. The same mistakes over and over. They're in a collective coma. Condyluria are snoring away in them.
Hey, you know what, Andrea? 99 out of 100 people that get into my cab are decent folks, just trying to get to the other side of this world of gig life.
If they thought they could get away with it, they'd hit you in the head and take you for every dime you have, and those are just your friends. Everybody's got a scam. Everybody.
What did you decide on?
The Discovery Channel. I like the poison animal shows.
What is that?
That's Pentecostal Christianity.
Did he just get bit by that snake?
According to the Pentecostals, he'll be okay if he's saved. If he isn't, he's in for it.
They aren't calling for an ambulance.
Demonstrates a faith in the process.
Damn.
If you come home some night and I'm in ecstatic trance, don't you call 911. Don't even touch me. And be sure to stand back. I may spontaneously combust.
You probably ought to hold off on that till you recharge the fire extinguisher.
Did you read that other book I gave you?
Oh, yeah, the Theosophical Society one, Forever Reincarnate. Hey, I already know that I'm Destiny's marionette.
If you read that, you'd get over your fear of dying. Life is a wave that never ends.
It's getting to the dying that worries me. Do you think there's a hell, Andrea?
I got news, Pinchy boy. This is hell. God, I'm boiling.
Turn the AC on.
And contribute to those thieves down at the power company.
Oh,
Besides, what I'm feeling is coming from within. It's telepathically received.
Andrea, you need more sleep is what it is. Lack of sleep can unhinge people. Why don't you try a couple of melatonin?
When you meditate, looking at the third eye, sleep is optional, if not superfluous. I thought you'd be further along by now. Gus and Bill and Sally and Gail were all A students. They did what I recommended and leapfrogged countless lifestyles. I'm afraid you're not cutting the mustard. You're adding lifetimes.
What you need is a cleansing fast like the one I'm on.
So then there'd be two of us blowing up the toilet? Did you see Peekaboo on your way in?
No, and I'm glad I didn't either. She was lying in wait for me behind the curtain last night. Well, at least the bleeding stopped. Has that cat had her shots?
She's just trying to get your attention. Now, wake up, why don't you? The universe is in session. This is not a dress rehearsal. I'm surprised that she's not here yet. Wonder what's keeping her. Ah, a squirrel.
Huh?
If I were you, I'd go to my room before she gets here. She's already tasted blood tonight. If you were smart, you'd apologize to Peekaboo. It'd give her a better mood, and your karma would improve. You'd get a boost.
I don't remember doing anything to your crazed cat.
You thought you were going to kick her last week.
She shredded my mail!
She did you a favor. They were just bills. You ought to be more careful what you think about her. She knows what you're thinking. She can read your thoughts.
Aside from the fact that it is pure poppycock that cat can read my thoughts, and well into the realm of patently absurd that she could communicate somehow that to you, there is a difference between thinking and doing.
Not by much. Oh. Well, the microwave went out yesterday. Now this. I think they're about here. Hooray! They're almost here. Heavenly day.
Are you sure you need to pay the bill on that? Listen, you kick the bejesus out of your appliances and then you wonder why they fail. You put your wool sweater in the microwave to dry it, and there wasn't a TV made that can withstand thousands and thousands of channel changes a day.
It's the pulses. I tell you, God, it's like an inferno in here.
You know, there's plenty enough stuff in life to worry about that is real without making stuff up to worry about.
I'm not worried, as far as the Arcturians go. The sooner they get here, the better. I wish that the spiritual singularity would coalesce and converge on your obtuse zeitgeist.
Oh. Oh, man. The room. Spinning.
Which way?
Which way? What do you mean, which way?
Well, which way is the room spinning?
Counterclockwise.
Oh, countervailing the Earth's rotation. Oh, hooray, at long last you're emerging.
I'm not well. Dial 911.
Don't be silly, that would ruin it.
So?
You want to miss the access window? There's no consciousness without vertigo. You need the force of a maelstrom to get your head out of your spiritual ass. You're having a soul emergency. It's simply manifesting itself physically. You don't want to be spiritually challenged forever, do you? I'm a panic healer. I'll maximize you.
I need a doctor, not a witch doctor. Oh man, where did this fever come from? I'm on fire.
Heavenly day. I'll amplify, signify, and clarify the vibrations for you.
Give me the barf bag instead, would you?
Oh, I pray you, do not fall in love with me, for I am falser than vows made in wine. Oh, heavenly day, they're here. At last, finally, they're here. Peekaboo, peekaboo, peekaboo. Oh.
Whoa. I better get something to eat. My damn blood sugar dropped out on me again. Shit's disgusting. Where's a coyote when you need one? Peekaboo. Peekaboo. Oh, peekaboo.